got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And that's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. The games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Right, good evening. Welcome back to VP4TV. We're just in time for this round 4 match in the 2024 Virtual World Snooker Championship. And we've got a contrast in characters here. We've got Keith from Northern Ireland, who on that little screen I had up earlier, is a former 4 times virtual world champion, including snooker. He's won 4 different events over the years, but none for quite a while. And LS3, who is progressing very nicely, she's yet to win a major tournament. And right, this room will be going up, but the news is Tony Sam bailed out again, so he's now gone from the tournament, and he's also yet to win one of the major ones, but he won't do that because he's not in them. They're both in, they're probably about to lag. We've got LS3 on the right hand side. Welcome to Wit. And LS3 has won the lag. Well, on paper, Keith should have too much for LS3 in terms of all-round snooker. Where Keith's going to lose this is lack of table time and getting his eye in. You know, he just simply hasn't played any recent times with the problems he had with VP4. But, you know, given time during the evening, he may well warm up. But, well, he's seen LS3 play, so he knows the danger. But there's a lot more to snooker than just pot and balls, that's what I said. So once again, the black's tied up. The news also is that, good evening to Mark, we have the one loss side match scheduled for 9 PM tonight between Albinario and Coldest Pillow. Now, I'm not sure that Slim is going to be around for that, and obviously with this match it's unlikely to be over in 90 minutes, so we're going to have to keep a tab on what's happening in that match with Albinario and Coldest Pillow. It's only a race to 4, remember, but if Slim isn't around, we'll just drop in and out and have a quick look and see how things are going. Yeah, this is, I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's the worst Virtual World Snooker Championship ever. For all the wrong reasons. What do you mean throw a sickie? I'm off my work as of now until Friday. I would stream it. The problem is I'm streaming this, because this is the one I'm committed to. Yeah, the clash, that's the problem. You know, this match is going to be 90 minutes in and it's going to be far from finished after an hour and a half. So hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. We will have the replay operational. Excuse me, you've got the hiccups. We'll test that in a minute or two. Now that red has gone through. How's the cue ball? Well, Keith's got a pot. He won't be able to hold for the black. He needs to come up for the blue or a bulk colour here. He doesn't want to try and get cute with this. Well, that little brush off the pack hasn't done him a great deal of harm. He's still the wrong side of the blue, but he's got the yellow. The only problem with the yellow is he wants to go down the right hand side as we look. The problem is the two reds are sort of in line and one could block the other. And he has to get a move on here. And that looks pretty good. That's very well done. Now, can he run through off? I don't think the black goes. I think that's the problem. Let's have a look. That black does go. So he's good to go here if we can just brush through past the black. Welcome to Coldest Pillow. Well, Coldest Pillow, like I keep saying, you could try and outshoot Albinario, but the thing is, if you're going to do that, you have to stay at the table. You can't be being aggressive and then breaking down, because he'll just feast off that. So the other way to beat him is to keep him away from the table, keep him away from scoring opportunities. So you've got to play sensibly, know your limitations, and stick your neck out very few times. Well, that's gone wrong. He's come off the top of the pack, and he's ran up the table. Unless there's a plant on somewhere, he'll just be ducking for cover. So he will. And going off this side of the pack, I don't like that so much because there's a danger of running into the blue, and he's got that a bit too heavy, but running into the yellow has well, taken the pace off the cue ball. Yeah, I noticed I've got 666 subscribers now, but probably some of them will disappear. Well, a good pop from LS3. Black doesn't go. It's going to be a long yellow and down between the blue and pink for that red into the right side pocket. That's the shot to play, because the cue ball wants to come back in this direction. Now this looks a bit, well, it's a bit too far for the one in the middle. I'm not exactly sure that LS3 played for this red, because she's not sitting good on it. Yeah, it's you know, you've got to just run for cover here. You mean you can be aggressive and just try and keep potting balls, but you've got to get the measure of what's worth going for and what's worth not going for. That's why I keep emphasising on, you know, making the right move at the right time and knowing when to run. Well, she had a go at it, and well, the cue ball has found its way into ball. Now that green and brown are the target area, but again there's a problem. If you overhit it, you're leaving a free shot at a long red. So that red over the right side there is the problem ball at the moment. I mean, I don't understand this carry on with the writing. It just seems that it's a bunch of thugs. There's quite a big bunch of thugs round about in England with grievances, and all race related, most of them. And they just want to look for an excuse to stir up shit and cause bother. We've got no trouble up here. None whatsoever. Because most of those brainless bastards are all sitting in the pub getting pissed. I just don't understand it. they all just seem to come out the woodwork, and then you know, then it festers and grows because other half-wits start joining them. We had some in Glasgow, none that I've heard about, and none of my work colleagues have mentioned anything. They all live in Glasgow. Now the black goes past the red now, I'm pretty certain. Needs to miss the bump or get a good bump, and he's got a good bump, so he's got lucky there. Might be a bit straight in this black though. He might have to punch this in. Yeah, I think he's a bit straight in it. Maybe he can get away with a little tweak. Yeah, he had enough angle to do the big stunt. Well, that red just below the bunch, it goes. He's not hit it though. Is he on the other one? Let's have a look. Oh, he's perfect. The two of them go. I thought one was maybe blocking the other, but that's fine how that's finished. The problem with that is the angle though. He's got to get out of there or get really lucky if he's going to run into reds and try and get on a colour, but common sense prevails. Now, that green into the middle, there's a line to come across here. He might have to check the cue ball and miss the pink. And I think that's worked out pretty well. I don't know whether he did put right hand side in the cue ball, but the pink was maybe in the way of the line, but he's got there. Now he's going to do some damage. This is where you do get aggressive. You're going to be unlucky not to be in a colour somewhere. And he hasn't really got into it though. He stunned it. He didn't really get through into the cue ball. But maybe the angle wasn't as great as he would have liked. So this is an important pink. And you know, all of these potting opportunities that Keith's getting is warming him up. Now I think that red that's at the top of the bunch goes. It does. The one at the bottom goes, and then the other two are open into the other pocket. This could be a clearance here for Keith. If he just minds what he's doing, it could be a pretty good start. Well, commentators curse. The break ends in 36. Still enough points in the table for LS3, but Keith's sort of got away with that there because I don't think he's left anything on. Well, that's going to be a pot into the middle. LS3 should have come up with a better idea than that, because when you're going into that narrow spot trying to use the black as cover, the other problem was the red on the right hand side. But if you'd got the cue ball up into that right hand corner pocket up top, that would have been a reasonably safe shot. Having said that, Keith's not finished ideal on a colour, but he's almost over the line here. Needs to run, and it's got the legs. Now, can he just screw back, or is he just going to run through and drop the other one into the middle pocket? Let's have a look. Yeah, he's coming back the way. Again, just a wee bit short. Needed to go a wee bit higher. to stay in the black. But the frame is 1. So this will do his confidence pretty good. And again, a wee bit short in the blue, so he'll probably take the pink. And the only thing he doesn't want to do here is end up snooking himself on it. He managed to stun it. Had the angle to hold for the red. So, very good start for former virtual world snooker champion, Keith from Northern Ireland. And a frame that is barely 15 minutes old. And that will be that. Well, that'll settle his nerves. Now, if you're LS3, then you know you're going to have to bring more than potting ability to the table. Good break from LS3. Right side of the table covered. And a couple of loose reds. Obviously, one blocking the black again. Well, that's a good effort, Keith, trying the professional escape there around the angles, clip the pack and head back to baulk. But he's actually got away with that again, would you believe it? I mean, he's left a shot on, but he's covered everything in this side. So he's had a good roll of the ball there. He can't argue with that. But LS3 has got the main part of the deal there with the cue ball back in baulk now. Is Keith going to be enticed into taking this red on? Because again, it's not a good red to get out of there onto a colour. He'll probably, well, I would, if that was me, I wouldn't even entertain potting any of these unless you can guarantee you can get out of there. Now, you see, that's the problem. You're running into all sorts of stuff there. And believe it or not, the bloody black goes. How lucky is that? The thing is, the black's going to be dead in a minute. When it goes, I think it will spot. Yeah, well, he got a bump, but he got a bump in the wrong red. In fact, the black doesn't spot. It goes in the pink spot, and the actual black pots. So it goes into the side and it goes into the corner. Now, you can just drop through. And all of a sudden, the way this is panned out, it's the beginnings of something that could be big. Just back, run out of logs. I thought it said dogs there. you not out rioting, Tam. Aye, they definitely like a good riot up in Fife, so they do. Is that right? That's where you are, Tam, isn't it? Now they like a good riot up there. That's what I was saying to the guys. I'm saying there's no sign of any half-wits out in our streets up here. They can't be asked. Whatever they say about us Scots, we're at least got a bit of common sense, and they don't look out. They're not just looking for causing trouble and damage to property and all of that crap. Well, LS3 is in. I missed what happened there, but she's in, and almost sending that red into the side pocket there. And I don't think she's finished good here at all. I don't think she's in anything. Well, that red does go into the middle. but where the cue ball's going's not great. So looking at the possible plant into the middle, and this is dicey. Is that a euphemism, Tam? I think it is. I think I read between the lines in that one. Well, it's a good pot, but it's never going to be good for a colour. See, now LS3's got herself under pressure here, having to deliver a pot from no good position whatsoever, scared about the reds that are in the open and leaving a free shot for Keith if she tries to play a safety here. See, this is why taking on reds that are not guaranteeing you good position are not the best idea in the world. Sometimes it might be a negative shot, but you've got to come up with something different. But she's handled the pressure, potted the green. Now, does that black go past the red, or did I say it was already blocked? No, the black goes. Now, these reds are sitting perfect here, by the way. Anybody gets their eye in here, there's a bucket load of points for them. LS3's favourite at the moment to maybe show Keith what she's made of. I don't know that that was the best idea in the world, though. She's held the black spot. Well, the black does go, and that's what she should be playing for here. If she can play a little dink in this red, and just pot that black and get it back in its spot. Let's have a look at the angle. She can drop that in dead weight and still have a shot in this black here. And that's what she should be doing. This will drop in dead weight, and the black goes into the middle, and then you get the black on its spot. That's the shot to play, and if she doesn't play it, she's missing a trick. Got to play this one, and you can easily drop this in and just hold for the black. But no, it does. I've done it plenty of times. You just drop it in absolutely dead weight, and the cue ball won't leak away too far. But the pink's going to go in the black spot now, and the cue ball's the wrong side of the pink, I think. Stuck to the cushion as well isn't very handy, because then you're limited in what you're able to do. Well, she was actually not too bad. So not really under control at the moment. You know, this has got prospects, this break here, but it's not quite, you know where you're going and what you're doing. Not quite yet. It should all be sort of laid out. I'll have a quick drink. Well, there's a mistake. And this time I think LS3's just leaving the red up the cushion here, I think. Maybe, can he squeeze that red at the back of the bunch? Looks tight from this angle. Yeah, I don't think anything's on there, is it? That's too tight. I don't know that there's enough of that, is there? There is. That just tells you my eyes are no good. I would never have trusted my eyes to get through there. So LS3 at the moment with a 24-point lead, which is nothing at the moment. Now that needs to keep travelling. He's got there. Up for the blue, if he underhits it. Might end up having to take that yellow to come back up table. And that's very nicely played. That's perfect. Now you can either play for the one above the pink. You can stun down for the one above the pink to the right of the pink above it, that last red. Or he can go into them if he wants for a bump, but he's come up the other way. Maybe he had too much angle on it. Just overhit it slightly. Still good enough to pot this and stay in the pink. Anything but straight you want. Now he's got to go forward here, I think, and up this side for that red. And that needs to keep going as well. Well, he's going to catch that red, maybe. He might catch some of it, but I think he's going to brush off it and still be in the pink. Hard to say how much he's going to take. Well, he actually didn't take any of it, so... Well, taking the pink now and stuck to the cushion. None of these go. Because the cue ball wants to come this side of the table where I'm looking, and there's none of them go. So... Maybe the best thing to do is to get a bit of power in this and come around the table and get the one going down the cushion. Sometimes you have to go the roundabout way in VP4. Well, not sure. I mean, did he play to play this plant? He's got 2 points in the lead here. Does he want to risk something like that? I think the difficulty here, if he's playing safe, is avoiding the blue. Big shot this, LS3. Better get ready. Well, that was very well done. Brave shot. I mean, you could end up losing the frame with that shot there. But at the same time, you can also end up winning it. So that red at the back of the black goes, so there's nothing needs to be bumped or moved or anything. It's just a matter of keeping the cue ball under control. So don't forget, for any latecomers, there was a match earlier today, the one with Tony Sam and Liddell on the one loss side. Tony Sam bailed out on that again, so he's gone. And we also have the match we're watching on the winner's side, round 4. And there is a match starting in approximately an hour and 2 minutes time on the one loss side, race to 4 between Albinario and Coldest Pillow. Well, he's got the angle in this red that he can bring the cue ball just off the cushion. And he's got the angle again to go up above the black. I mean, he's got the angle to do what he wants here. I mean, he probably can come back and play the red into the right side pocket if he wants, but if you just go the natural way, the cue ball's always going up top. That's just overhit slightly. But the break is 44, 19 in front. Little brush in the pink there again, got a lucky little roll. Well, the bad news for LS3 is Keith's getting quite a bit of table time here, and all the more table time he gets, and all the more balls he keeps potting, the more settled down he becomes, and LS3 is going to be in trouble. So she's got to come up with something to try and quell the flow. Now there's the two ways of doing it. There's trying to outpot him and doing everything to stay at the table, which is just going to play into Keith's hands, or there's going to be try and keep him out the game. Do what you can to stifle the gameplay, but what you don't do is capitulate by being over aggressive and just adding to your woes. So Keith, very good start and a 2-0 lead in this race to 6. And just now the objective is clear the table, colours on the spots. Just overcooked that maybe. Now of course it's slightly different with the pink being on the black spot, so I think he's going to have to ramp this up with a lot of spin to get the cue ball running. This looks perfect. It's just coming at a high angle, but he's got the shot and he can drop this in and just knit back up for the black into the other corner pocket. Excellent start. And the break 78. And the black makes it 80, whatever it is. 85, so a very good start for Keith. Well, whatever you do, don't hit the blue. And he almost, or has he? Has he got really lucky here? Oh, he's a jammy git. He has. He stuck LS3 right behind the green. This is going behind. Well, LS3 will get another go at that, unless Keith fancies rolling this red into the bulk corner pocket. Good evening to Brainfillout. Well, you've missed a good start for Keith. He had a break of 85 in the second frame. Can't remember what he had in the first, but I think it was a couple of contributions that won him the first frame. But that 85 will really settle any doubts he's got. Welcome to Slim. Slim, what are you planning to do later on? Because there's that Albinario Coldest Pillow match starts at in an hour's time. Welcome to Hair Pig. That's a good edge. A good edge on that red there. And that's got LS3 in trouble, because I don't know whether she can see enough of this right side of the pack. It's a bit tight. Well, she can get there, but she hasn't get anywhere near the length in the cue ball. Well, Keith will be playing this red that's in the left-hand side. I can't believe he's going to risk. Well, maybe the 1 second from the back of the pack there. He needs to miss the bump in the red, though, which he has done. See that? I wouldn't have even played that. I would have played the red in the left-hand side there and bailed up table. All you're doing is just giving LS3 more table time, taking on riskier shots like that. You don't want to get overconfident. And LS3's took the opportunity to do damage, but the golden rule is you never go into the bunch of reds off a red, because you end up like this. And all she's done there is, see, that's a fatal mistake there by LS3. You never ever do that, because not only have you smacked the reds open for your opponent, you're not good in a colour, and you have got to come up with something really good to stay at the table here, and this could all backfire. Well, the thing is, Slim, it's obviously going to clash with this. This match ain't going to be done in another hour. It will do if LS3 keeps going like that. See, that's, and she's fluked to blue. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? Watch this for jamminess, because the replay's working. How about that for jamminess? Oh, she's got out a hole there. Now, I don't think the red goes past the green, so she's in even more trouble. And she can't see the red that's over the corner pocket. Well, this is Christmas come early for whoever gets in here. But it was a little sign of impatience there by LS3. Yeah, that's a bit of a mess. Again, nothing's under control when you're potting reds, just to stay at the table, because every time you're going to have an awkward colour that you're going to have to keep getting to stay at the table. And you're always under pressure. Well, that was a good pot. Pink's more or less out the game. Black's almost out the game, but there's these reds have to be taken in a certain order to try and tidy up this situation and give yourself a chance to win this frame. So LS3 has to have it in her mind what she's going to do here, and straight away that's not good. She's got work to do off the brown. Sort of fell in between shots here. But you've got to be playing for a specific red here to try and tidy up these bottom two corner pockets. Because this is a scoring end with the pink and black are, and nothing's good at the moment. Now, had she gone further up the table past the blue, she could have took that red to the right of the pink and get back up the table for the blue. Well, I wouldn't be playing this red for a start. This one on the right side, I wouldn't be shooting that. Because you end up doing that. That was too risky to try and get into a certain spot. You know, it's just, you've got to play the percentage game on a table like this. You can't be trying to get into that very narrow window there. And again in trouble. Unbelievable. Who said fluke another blue? Look at this shit. Look at that. Unbelievable. Oh God. No wonder Keith's laughing. Oh dear. And now, would you believe it? Look where she's sitting in the red. This is the one she should have been on in the first place. And get rid of that, and that opens up that pocket. And get up for the blue. Commentator's always right. Or if you go too far, you're on the brown. No problem. The good angle on the brown. Now, with this shot, you can take a wee bit more of a risk. She's looking at the blue, but the shot to play is the brown, because you can draw down to this area here, and you're on that red. I don't know that. Rolling through is going to take you on one in the side rail here, and you've got to get in a spot to go on that black. It might work. Well, in fact, she was too straight. You see, this is the middle of no man's land. This is no man's land. You did what I said, took the brown, because the brown was perfect for stunning up the table to this area and get rid of that. I mean, if you took the brown and you stunned to the side cushion, you could have been on that and then on the black. So there was a couple other options. You've got to study all the options as to what the best move is. This ain't the best move, but it's all she's got. That's the problem. Well, this time she's got lucky, I think. She's got very lucky. She's on the pink, but can't really do much with the cue ball other than just make sure you pot the pink. Just got to drop this in. You might have a red up the table into the corner pocket, but that'll be about it. Well, she's trying to get the cue ball out. Actually, she's played that too good, but she's okay, and now can get rid of the problem red. Now, a wee bit too far on the pink in terms of the angle she's got. Just a wee bit too far. Because she would have liked to have potted that pink and probably dropped onto the red at the back of the black to the right there. Now the black does go through the other gap now, so we know that goes clean. And somehow the break has got to 42. That needs to bounce. It's just got a bit short. Now she could take the pink and just kill the cue ball. That would be the simpler shot. Now you see she's chickened out there. She's chickened out. You know, you've got to play the right shot there. The obvious shot was just stun the pink in and nip back for that red to the left of the black. She bailed out there and didn't go high enough. And she might regret that, by the way, because she ain't won the frame yet. And that's what happens. You know, that shot into the side pocket in the pink was 100% little soft screw off the pink and stun the pink into the middle, and you're on the red to the left of the black. She played completely the wrong shot there. But that's what I'm saying about, you know, having a snooker brain. You've got to play the right shots because you haven't got the frame won. And those two reds on the bottom cushion there, the one to the left of the black is the one that you can get rid of. Well, he's took the risk, got a bump. That certainly improved the situation. Let's have a look at these two. Well, that other one goes, so the one outside goes, so everything's on. The only problem is he hasn't hit it. And now Keith's in trouble. He's got a dodgy pink into the top corner. The cue ball's going to roll out and above to the right of the blue unless he digs in and holds this. Yeah, that was tough. But had he got that, he was in business. So LS3 will be relieved that she's now got the chance to seal the deal. Everything is on. Even that red up top, I think, goes now because it's been bumped. Although the green might be causing it. I think that red goes, not even go down to look, but I think it goes past the pink and past the green. So the clearance is on here for LS3, but she'll be well short of that and will already have won the frame. But going back on what I said there about that pink into the middle, if you look at how that panned out there, you know, because she left herself in trouble by taking the wrong shot and then missing that red, she gave her opponent a chance to actually steal the frame. Now, Keith went wrong because he underhit the shot to get on the black, but had he got on the black, he was probably as good as out. And that's the fine margins for winning and losing when you're up against a higher standard player in this game. That's why professional snooker in real life is so bloody difficult. Because you know that the guy that you're playing, you give him a sniff, and the table's empty when you get back to it. But anyway, LS3 needing a fair bit of luck, it has to be said, but she's got a frame on the board. Well, I don't think Keith will have any more of this. I think he'll be happy to go on with the next one. So into frame number 4, and it's LS3 to break. Right hand side the cue ball around the angles between the pink and blue. Watch that knuckle. Well, again, that bump in the brown. LS3's got an easy safety, but she's going all out for the pot, and the black doesn't go past this red, I don't think. She's got into the cue ball though. And I get into it again too well. Stuck on the cushion. Now maybe the brown has got enough angle to thump it in, but you're going to have to whiz this cue ball. Well, the blue is, I mean the yellow, that's going to be awkward, I think. Too close to the cushion to do a great deal with the cue ball. Yeah, trying to get too much out of that. I think the brown was a shot. I think if you force the brown in, you could get a lot of top in the cue ball and get it running. But there only was one red on, the one at the back of the black. But even again in that situation that LS3 had there, you know, if that's me at the table and I'm looking at that yellow and brown, and if I don't think they're good enough to get up to that red at the back of the black, do you think I'm potting it? I'm ducking for cover and trying to leave it awkward. Good evening to Cobra. Late to the party. So this match underway, and it started about 50 minutes ago. Keith had a good start. LS3 got herself on the board with the help of a couple of flukes in the blue. Big flukes, by the way. And Keith has come up with a pretty good safety here. That's got LS3 in trouble. And the danger, of course, with that red above the black, if you're going to go around the angles and into the back of the reds here, you're going to leave that red on. Again, trying the pro escape, and she'll probably be happy with that because she's not left anything on, I don't think. But Keith's got an easy safety, unless he spotted something. Doesn't look to be anything obvious. Now that needed a wee bit more of help inside there, that cue ball, just to get it up above the brown and get it closer to that baulk cushion. Oh, you're on holiday? Well, I'm sorry we spoilt your holiday by dragging you into the stream. Well, we were all thinking you'd be out rioting. It seems to be all the rage down south. And you see that the riots in Northern Ireland, that's because they're always looking for an excuse for a fight. If it's not the 12th of July, they'll go with any other reason for rioting. Well, good length in the cue ball. Now again, LS3 should not be even entertaining any attempted pot in this red. Not in the slightest. She should be looking for the thin edge and ducking up table. And that's the right shot. Now that'll be an even better shot if she's blocked this side of the table with that yellow. Let's have a look. Well, she hasn't. And there's an edge of that red just by the pink. The problem here is the blue and the yellow. And that's a good length. That's a very good shot because LS3 is now in trouble. Well, no, it's not quite. She can see the red on the left-hand side, nothing in the right. Well, LS3 hasn't got the length in the cue ball. I think she was more feared of bringing something out the pack there. Now, these two reds in fact, Keith's looking at screwing back off this red in the middle there and taking it into the corner. Now he needs a bump. He ain't getting it, and he's heading south. But no damage done. LS3 will just be playing a safety. Might be a possible shot to nothing on here though. I see that red there. That one there is a shot to nothing. That one. That's the one you want to be playing safe off of, because if you get it, you're on either, you know, a bulk colour. She's not looking at it at all. But that's the shot. That's the safety shot. You know, that's the one to play off of there. Now, again, to me, the difference between the two of these is that if Keith looked at that red, I'm pretty certain he would have played that as his safety shot. As a shot to nothing, because the red was on. It's like having a free go at a pot. And either LS3 didn't see it, or she did see it and wasn't thinking of entertaining it at all. But I think I would have had a go at that. Well, another good safety from Keith. And left-hand side of the table blocked. Right-hand side, well, the red second below that pink to the right, that one. That's the one to play safe. I'll watch the knuckle though. And a good reply from LS3. Well, this is another opportunity where Keith can play a shot to nothing. The red below the pink is the one that you can play and get back to bulk. Yeah, I'm pretty certain he's going to have a go at this. No, commentator's eye got it wrong. I thought he would have a go at that. But if you don't have a go at it, come up with a good safety, and he has done. Now this is where you bank or you double the red across the table and come down off it onto the black rail or the black cushion and back up to bulk. She looks as if she's trying to pot this. Yeah, that's not the shot, I'm afraid. Every time you double that red across the table, you head back to bulk, and you can see the error of her ways, because she's went all out for a pot that was never really on from that angle, far too bloody difficult, and has give Keith an easy start. Admittedly, he's only going to have the pink to work with, but that's all that matters. Black isn't really going anywhere at the moment. It's out the game. It's off its spot, but it's no good where it's sitting. Oh well. Keith makes a mistake. LS3 in with an easy start. That's the first big Lulu from Keith there on that blue. Now, pink goes. Problem is again the angle that the cue ball's coming off the pink. Held it well. Now again, you've got to play a positive shot here. You stud this in, or you play it dead weight. No, she's actually played for the blue. problem with that is it's no good in terms of the angle. Cue ball's got to run, but I mean that red that's isolated on the right hand side, that's the one you're playing for. You just don't want to snooky yourself behind it. Oh, she's managed to, well, see, she tried to pinch a bit to hold that cue ball. She should have let it run. Well, this is going to be scrappy with all those reds bunched up with the black. And these are the awkward frames that you can easily win and lose. It's just a toss of a coin as who that's going to happen to, because it is a wee bit messy. Well, I mean, Keith could get aggressive here. He can pot the blue. He's got an angle. He can go for a bit of bumping here and hoping to get things improved. And it's all came out wrong, and it's wrong for a number of reasons. He's got a red exposed, and I don't think he can head to baulk. He might just nip in the back here, and just leave the cue ball there unless he spotted something. No, there's definitely nothing on there, but I don't think he should be running up the table. If he does, he's got to get cover, and the angle he's got, he's going to end up in that top left-hand corner if he skims off this red. So the right thing to do is just to duck there, but he's actually potted the red in the middle, and I mean, he certainly didn't play that, because now he's got himself in trouble. Now he can play the brown with the idea of using the green to try and cover this red. I don't know that he's hit that, but he's going to use the yellow. That'll work. Or will it? You can nip round to have a quick look. Yes, it will work. Well, this looks good. But is it good enough? Yes, it is. And it's very good, because Keith, I think, is blocked out on both sides here. He is blocked out big time. But he's again, being a snooker player, if he's got the line and he can get by that side pocket in the left, he can get to these two reds behind the black. I don't know that he's looked at that. Maybe the line isn't there to get there. So, an awkward red into the left side pocket as we look, which is not a gimme. And you can pot this and run for cover at the same time. The chances are you'll be on the brown. You've got to let this cue ball roll out. I mean, if you play it sort of the right way, you could probably still be in the pink. Just got to let the cue ball run out, but she's done the right thing. Now it needs to keep going, or it needs to slow up. And well, that'll do. Yellow into the middle, and you can stun down. You've got to stun the yellow in, or if you're going to sort of chicken out, you roll the yellow in and you go forward and you come down this side. The problem is there's nothing on. You've got to get right into a spot to pot something. The shot to place to stun that. See, she's going down the right side, so this has to be really accurate. And well, she's on the one at the back of the black, and she's on the one above the black up there, where she can get back down for the yellow. Too much angle in this, I think, to hold for the pink, but I think the pink goes into the same pocket, so you might be able to come across for the pink. That pink goes. It needs to keep going, this cue ball. It needs to keep running. Right, from that angle, you're the wrong side of the blue. The pink goes, but it's tight. But the green has a good angle to come up the left side for the red behind the pink. That's the shot. Watch the knuckle. This is good pace. I think it's good. Again, it's good in terms that she's on the red. The problem again is the angle. The black isn't potting. That's too tight with that red to try and hold there. So she's going to have to go forward here, and whether she can get out of here clean, I'm not certain. Yeah, she's just caught the black. That's killed the black even more. But scrappy frames like this, you know, suddenly the little lead that LS3 has got is actually gold. It's gold dust, this lead, in a frame like this. No, we're not entertaining shot clocks and snooker. You need time to think about your options sometimes at the table. Well, two straight. Big screw shot to get out of there and landed pretty nigh perfect in the pink. That'll do it. Now again, got to dig deep here to get out of there. Unless you just run into things and hope you get lucky again. Yeah, I think she was hoping for a hit there. Well, no prizes for guessing what you do next. I mean, you just nail Keith to the green and protect your lead. And Keith is in a hellhole here right now. I think that's tight enough to block angles. I think he's going to have to go two cushions here, try and hit the red next to the black. I don't know that you can even do that. Oh, that's not a bad effort. A very good effort. So, LS3 with a 30-point lead, 51 still in the table. I don't like when that happens and the camera resets itself from where I put it there. That's a bit annoying. That wasn't me that did that. Now Keith had another go there and that is perfect. Absolutely spot on, that shot he's just played there. He could not have played that any better. Excellent. And now there is danger here for LS3, and the danger is that she's brought the black into play, and all of these reds are going to open up. Now, if Keith gets a good safety here, and that's crucial that he can, well, he has done. I mean, he hasn't done any damage up top. He's got good length, and this is difficult. It's difficult from distance to get the thin edge that you want so that you don't bring something into play here. And that's brought the red into play, and Keith's going to have a go at this. I can guarantee you 100% he's having a go at this. Because if he gets this and he can get onto this green, depending on the pace he's prepared to play it at, he might even go on the blue. But if he can get this, he's got a chance of pinching this frame. Well, he's left it a wee bit short. Let's look at the angle he's got now. Well, he's got a good angle on the green. He can thump this green in and get this cue ball running. And now you've got to look at the two reds. And there's not a problem getting on a red here. None whatsoever. You just run this green in and you get the cue ball running out and you come up this side of the table. Oh, well, he never hit that. He never stroked it. He thumped it. It's terrible in every aspect of it. Look at the cue ball. He never played that with any control whatsoever. That was a terrible shot. Terrible shot that was. He never stroked that at all. He had a bang at it. Got to stroke it through and let the top do the action there. And that's his worst shot of the night, because that there was the frame winning opportunity. I mean, he's still not out of it, but that was a terrible effort there on the green. Still 43 in the table. And Keith's going to be in trouble here. This is going to be awkward. This is going to be really awkward. Not Keith, LS3, sorry. I'm at it already at this time of night. Yeah, that was way too thin to try and sneak that edge of the red there. And Keith will be having none of this. Or is he going to play the red on the right hand side and try and get behind the yellow and brown? That might be worth a shot rather than putting LS3 back in. How thin is it? This is way thin, this red. But the problem is, she might get it right this time, Keith. You might regret this. Well, easy safety for Keith though. He can just go left side of the red, push it to the other red, come around the corner, miss the blue, and look to get behind this yellow and brown. Perfect opportunity for that. Doesn't look as if he's doing that though. He's having a go. Well, he's got the pot. Needs to be good in a colour. And that's way too straight, but he can juice it up if he wants. He's got to juice this up big time. Loads of screw in the cue ball. Let's get up top. Oh, this looks good if it misses. If it misses the black. Well, I thought it was good, but it didn't open up. Well, what do you do here? I mean, it obviously pots. It's a thin pot. He's 17 behind. It's all or nothing if you go for it. But common sense has prevailed, and he's got LS3 by the short and curlies, as they say. And this is a danger of a free ball here. And suddenly this frame could turn on its head. Oh, she's got the hit. And that side that was still in the cue ball there has made it really awkward for Keith, because I think he was hoping for a straightish in red here. But again, he's got all the table to work with here to come up with a decent safety off this red. You've got blue and brown and pink on the spot, so there's a good line there. Well, he put all his eggs into one basket, and that's going to cost him. Well, that shot he's played there was the wrong shot. You know, if you get it, you're a hero, but the odds are it's far too much to be taken on when you had a chance to win the frame there with a good safety, and that was the wrong move. He knows it. If he gets it, he's a hero, but again, you've got to weigh up the odds and the likelihood of you potting it, and it was far too difficult. And he's just sold out. So 17 the lead, 18 the lead for LS3. The blue is 23. And she still needs yellow and green, though. That's the problem. Look at the green. The yellow's 25 in front. Oh, this could be a disaster. A complete disaster. Look at this. Well, it ain't over till it's over, as they say. And this will be an even bigger disaster. Wow. That's the worst possible outcome. The cue ball up and down the table, into the bottom corner, and ball in hand in the D. And suddenly, well, this is going to be difficult right off the bat because Keith can pot the yellow. But he's decided to put LS3 back in. Oh, now, that almost backfired there on LS3 because she almost bumped the green out. I bet that's the best thing that ever happened there, is not bumping the green out, but it's still going to backfire. The other thing that might save her is the fact that the pink and black are tied up, or they look very tight. We'll have a closer look at that in a minute, but you can roll this yellow in. The cue ball might be rolling out down past the blue with the angle that he has. Yeah. So now, let's have a look. Well, that yellow, not the yellow, the pink is way too tight, but again, if you can get to that pink, you can put LS3 in trouble. But this is a tough one. Got to stun this in. Get a bit of nip in the cue ball. Yeah, that's what made it difficult. So once again, LS3 has a chance to square the match here. Now this will be bad with the angle the cue ball's coming off this screen, and she's decided to try and duck for cover. Well, I think if she took the pot on there, the chances are that cue ball's going to run into the pink and black anyway and open them out. But she decided not to. And that's, again, a terrible shot by Keith. Because that green was supposed to be on the baulk cushion there. And he couldn't have played it any worse than that. And that will more or less secure it. Sitting good enough in the brown. 20 in front. The brown will clinch the frame. Well, it was a scrappy frame, but LS3 will take them all night as long as she can win them all. So, whatever way you look at it, LS3 from 2-0 down is back all square, and we've got a match on. And we are 10 minutes away from Albinario against Coldest Pillow. Now, has One Pocket Slim posted a link in the lobby, because I want to be able to get onto that channel. Be able to just tab into it and have a quick look. He's not live yet by the look of it. We'll check that out in a minute. So we are into frame number 5 in this race to 6. Well, the cue ball is good, but an easy safety for Keith. Needs to miss the bump in the green though, and suddenly it's very good. Now this is the problem when you're playing off this pack, is where are the reds going? If you hit this a bit chunkier than you planned, you can bring something into the open here. A bit like that. Very much like that. And that black goes. Let's have a look. Well, the black goes, but the problem with the black is it's going to be tied up. Pink's already tied up. So it's not going to be a great scoring chance. Unless Keith punches this in and does a bit of bumping here to try and open something up there. It's the aggressive shot, but it always makes the pot a lot more difficult. Now, has he found... Well, he's got the red. He's pretty much bolt straight in the red, so he can come straight back and get up the table. Watch that side pocket. He's well away from that. Needs to bump. Well, now he could be aggressive. Although there are the two reds behind the black. There's the one to the right of the pack. Well, he's the right side of the blue this time, so he should be on the red to the left of the pack, I would think. That looks fairly straightforward. He would probably still like an angle in this red where he could maybe run forward and run into the red and black. Well, I'm not so sure what he's played here, because he's neither here nor there. I presume he played for the one on the bottom cushion. And he can certainly have an angle here for a bump. Yeah. That was just making life too difficult. I think if he had rolled that blue in and come through for the red here, he might have had a chance if he had a nice angle to run forward and run into the black and red. Again, that's in the middle of no man's land. It's still a tough black off this cushion. Well, good luck, Coldest Pillow, if you're still in the stream. Presume Albinario will be arriving at the last minute. Well, LS3 was trying acrobatics here with the cue ball. She actually ended up getting on that red to the left of the pack, but It's given Keith an easy start. He's got colours available. Problem red is this one next to the black spot. That needs to be got rid of. And how's he finished? Well, he's nice in the pink. And he's got to double check because the pink won't spot. It's going to go on that black spot. That's a problem. That's going to be tied up with the red. He needed to get a hit there. So he's got the other red into the middle. Pink now out the game. If the black gets potted, it's going to go in the brown spot. Well, I'm looking at the reds. Nothing is set. Oh, that's a very nice hit. Well, at least he's got a red to go for. So now the hard work starts, trying to construct something out of this mess. With the pink being dead. Oh, that bump in the red I don't think's helped him a great deal. He's going to need a good recovery pot. And I think he's sort of in between shots here with the green and brown. I think he's right in the middle of sort of no man's land, exactly where you don't want to be. Yeah, if he pots the brown, he's probably going behind the yellow. The angle with the cue ball, I think. You know, he's came above the top of the yellow, which is actually pretty good. Straight in red, so again, needs to get a wee bit of juice in the cue ball here. And he's not really hit it. Maybe he decided to leave it at this angle for the long yellow. I mean, that's not a bad angle, because this red up above the two reds is the one he's played for. That needs to keep running. Well, again, he's going to have to juice this up if he's going to screw to the cushion and back out. Watch the cue ball. Now this might be sitting nice here on the blue. That'll be very nice, but what red does he play for? He's got the little angle he's stunned down for the two on the pink spot. He's going to have to jack up. Oh, he would have loved to have just finished a bit short, because then he might have took a risk. It would have been a crazy risk, but well, Albanario's arrived. That's the bad news for Coldest Pillow. So, 2 minutes away from the start of the match. Well, Keith had a load of left-hand side on that cue ball there to come up this side for the red. That's why he missed the yellow. The lead is 46 points. But likewise for LS3, you know, 46-point lead for Keith is very good, because it's going to be really tough to dig into this deficit here with the situation with the balls. And not only that, she's not great in her colour either. Yeah, this is just going to be bits and pieces for LS3 here at the moment. It's going to be hard work again off this red. Going to have to play these at pace to get the cue ball better on a colour. We don't have to do a lot this time. The yellow's there. Well, that's Not a bad angle in the blue. Got to get the cue ball running. Maybe try and get a bump. Could maybe go 2 rails here. I'm not sure with enough angles there, but no, she's managed to come back off it. Does that one sneak? Yes, it does. Oh, that's the perfect angle. Now you have to get lucky, because you're going to clip this pink. Now you might just clip the pink to the back cushion there. Well, she got loads of juice in the cue ball. Where's the cue ball going? Oh, and now she's sitting pretty. Just one good shot to get on this, one of these reds. It needs to get off the cushion again. Got to get off the cushion. Now, with all the balls available, all the colours available, LS3 has the opportunity to get herself into the lead in this match. This is not good. Not good because the blue and black are covered. The yellow's a thin cut into the middle, but you can go behind the brown and green and come down for this red. That's a shot. Now she can look around, but to me the yellow's far more natural, but she's ducking for cover. And the problem with ducking for cover is if you don't get it, see, that's a bad shot. I think in the situation she was in with an open table, she had to take the yellow on, come up behind the brown, down this side for the red, and again she's missed a trick there. And then she hasn't got the cover. Keith needs to run into the green here. Oh, is he getting a roll of the ball? Look at what's happened there. He's got a roll of the ball. But believe me, if that was me at the table with that yellow sitting where it was and that last red where it was, I'm taking on the yellow because I'm pretty much guaranteed I'm going to have a shot in that red. And I find it strange that LS3 didn't see that. I mean, that was a chance to be 3-2 up. So, not the right shot choice that time from LS3. And now it's all backfired. Well, not quite, because Keith's umming and ahhing, but obviously he's going to put her back in again. And Keith hasn't worked out to hit the tab button to have the 3D look at the table. That's why he's hitting replays all the time. I'm going to have to get him trained up. That's why he's not using the tab button when it's hit. When he comes to the table after the foul, he's forgetting to use the not the tab, the alt button to go to 3D mode and have a look at the table and then put the opponent back in. But he hasn't played VP4 for a long time, and certainly he hasn't played snooker for a long time, and he's probably totally forgotten. Well, I'm telling you right now, LS3 missed a trick there. She missed a glaring opportunity to win that frame. There's the right time to make the right move, and LS3 completely blew it in 2 ways. First of all, she refused the pot in the yellow, which was not difficult. The angle off the yellow was very good to get behind that brown and green up table and come down the right side. And secondly, the alternative she chose, the safety was poor because she never got the cover. So there's a lesson to be learned there, LS3. You've got to have that. I mean, that should be flashing like a red alert when you see that yellow sitting at that angle to come down onto the last red, and she completely either didn't see the shot, didn't fancy it, or thought she could go up with something better, but didn't. And ultimately, from a winning position I think she had there, she's ended up blowing it, and Keith's going to go back into the lead. Right, well, while that's going on, let's do a quick refresh here, because we should have a live match. Well, of course, the commercials have come up. So here we go, into frame number 6. Keith from Northern Ireland with a 3 frames to 2 lead. LS3 with a very good break. Right side of the table is covered. But there's just an edge of that red showing. Just an edge, and that's all you need. Got to be thin though, because the red just leaks away to the right. And got the cover, but now the green and brown are a huge target to aim for. Let me just get that to the full screen. Now, what about those 3 reds on the right hand side there? Are they a plant? Well, I'll tell you something. That's as good as in as far as I'm concerned. That is in all day in my eyes, although there's a gap between them all. The line in the 3 of them looks very good. Now, has any of these people looked at that? Bear in mind that LS3's not getting a sniff at it because she can't see it, but she's going to have to get good with this cue ball, because I'm pretty certain Keith has had a look at this. What about those other 2 up top? Well, that's now changed it, because that red coming across has killed the line, and those other 2 are nowhere near set, so back to plan A, whatever that is. Oh, little nudge, not quite enough, not thin enough. So again, we've got the major colours dead in the water. See that far too often. Well, both players trying to get to this target area, and sooner or later one of them's going to find it. Not a lot happening in the other match. Slim doing an awful lot of twitching about with the camera. Well, this is a more awkward shot. You've got to make sure you miss the black. I think you can certainly miss the black. In fact, you actually played the other reds up with the pink. Now, that's got Keith in trouble, and like I said, sooner or later one of them's going to hit the mark, and it's LS3, and Keith's in bother. Now, pretty good result, not left anything on. Well, LS3 looks as if she's lining up. I thought she was thinking of lining up the pot, but doing the right thing. Now there is those two reds below the pink that you can play an edge off, but it's very thin. Now he needs the brown and green to come to the rescue. But again, even though a red is left on here, the problem again is that your cue ball's running into trouble. I mean, you can't obviously leave these two reds over the pocket. You've got to take one of them on, but the problem is getting out of there with any sniff of a colour, and you can easily end up without any shot in a colour. Well, that's done damage, because that's got the black out into play. The black, if it does eventually go in, will go in its spot, but again it's blocked. He says, be right back. Watch this yellow. Watch the yellow. And that's what she didn't want. I could see that the line that cue ball was going there, that it was going to open out behind the yellow. Well, again, going to have to take the one down the bottom left hand corner, and again hoping to get the cue ball out of there. Now she can get the cue ball out. She's certainly probably on the black. She might even bump that red that's near the black spot. You never know. Well, she's actually found a gap and got out. And may well end up having to take the black. Well, that then means the black and pink are still out of the game. And, well, there's nothing in it as far as scoring goes. Well, has she got away with this? No, she hasn't. There is a red on, and a red over the middle pocket as well. And, well, there's points there for Keith. You can certainly make a few from it. I think he's actually not sitting very good in this red to the left of the pink. I think he's got too much angle on it. Yes, he has. That's why he's having to take the one over the middle. He didn't finish good there. Well, again, where you don't want to be stuck in the cushion, but he's again slightly the wrong angle in the red. There's fine lines for between a good shot and a bad shot. I mean, that's just gone bad by going, an inch or two short of where he wanted to be. He wanted to be further left down the rail on this red. And using the other red to hold the pink, and that's very nice. Now, if he just goes a little stun, he's on this red right next to his cue. And he didn't want to hold the spot, which he hasn't done, because that's his only means of scoring at the moment. And this is where you have to get your thinking cap on, because you're playing into a specific spot, or you're looking for the right bump, and that was a nice bump, because now he can take that red that's on the black spot, or pretty much in the black spot. He's got the two reds where he can go back up the table from, but I thought that was a good opportunity to get rid of that red that's near the black spot. But again, if he just gets these in the right order, that other red to the left of the one that's left of the black spot, that's another one you want rid of. And that's the one he's played on. I mean, you talk about pattern play and straight pull and things like that, but in snooker, when you've got reds that are sort of, slightly awkward, but they're open enough where you can pick your way through them. It's so important you get them in the right order to open things up. Sometimes getting rid of one red opens up another two. So you've got to study the table. So there's an art in snooker, obviously, for break building, and that's a major part of it. There's reds there, but very often you are playing into an area when you're in with all the reds in the table. Very often you are just getting into a spot to give yourself a choice. But when it gets awkward, you then have to be playing into a specific area to get rid of a certain red. And when you get that order right, and colours are available, you can suddenly string a break together. And this break's gone to 48 already. And it's a good example of getting your head down and getting focused and knowing exactly where you want to go next. See, he's a bit well, I don't think he's so good on the blue. If he was bad enough, he could have been. If he was bad enough on the blue, he could have went down for the red in bulk. Now that has just been overcooked, because now I think he played for this red, near the cushion, but he's overcooked it. And there's still enough points in the table here for LS3, so this frame's not won. Big shot in the red. And it goes. The cue ball's going to be in no man's land. And of course, I think he's on the yellow though. Yeah, he is comfortably on the yellow. I don't know whether he wants to try and hold for this, because he's got to watch it doesn't run out and run up behind the green and brown, and it hasn't. And that will do nicely. So that then takes away any problems with safety with that red being in baulk. If he gets rid of it, the break is 56. And now I think he's perfect in this pink, just to stun it in, come across for the red near the black spot, get rid of that. He might end up having to play a plant here somehow in these two reds. Let's have a look at that. See, these reds are nowhere near a plant. He's going to have to maybe try and get a bump now. He could do something crazy here and try and get a bump on him and still be on the pink somehow or other. But he's doing the sensible thing. He's making sure the frames won. But he does have an angle on the pink now where he can drop down on the short side of the reds, or he can go for a bump. Got to get pace in this. Yeah, finishing the short side. That's perfect. That was very well done. Apart from the fact that that's not the red he played for, he actually would have preferred to have been on this one. But he's just got a straightish in red and he can run through as far as he dare. Oh no, he's holding it back for the one in the middle. Well, that'll work because again he's perfect on the pink because he just needs to roll out. Doesn't need to jack up or do anything, just roll the pink in. And this is very well. This is a very well constructed break from Keith. This is rolling back the years on how you do work hard to put a break together. I mean, this is actually probably the best frame in the match for Keith. Not only has he got that 3-2 lead at the moment, but it's been a very well worked break. Really hard work. And also, he's got a chance of getting to 3 figures here. He's got to stay 100% on it. The black's going to be easy because if he gets blue and pink, the black's not going to be a problem. Needs to stay away from the cushions. So this, just drop the yellow in, bring the cue ball off the cushion and back across with the right angle in this green. And that'll do. Again, just drop the green in. You could put it in and come across the table if you're more comfortable doing that and play the brown into the same pocket. And that's what he's doing. But he's overcut the green because that was maybe with a bit of left hand side in the cue ball to check the cue ball up. But nevertheless, it's an excellent break from Keith. A break of 83. What did he have earlier on? Was it an 85 he had earlier on or something? I can't remember. But that's got him back into his 2-frame lead. And that was hard work, that. But when you stick at it and you have it in your mind of where you're going and doing things in the right order, that's how you put the runs together. And I think that'll give him more hunger for more of this, which is bad news if he comes through this match. It's bad news to anybody in the tournament because if he gets through this, you don't want to meet him. Well, that's what you do when you're playing the safety. You overcut the red to bring it back to that top cushion. It's not quite got on the cushion, but enough of it is covered where there isn't a pot on. And LS3 was playing that with left hand side there, which obviously spun the cue ball out. Didn't catch the red. And she's getting another go at it. This is tricky to try and catch that. Now she's caught it too thick. It was a tough position she was in. And Keith again with an easy start. And this time, same old problem. Black's off its spot and it's awkward where it is. And there's the one other red in the open as well. These reds are not sitting all that bad, but the two around the black are just annoying. And again, the shot here. Now this is, to me, I'm playing for the red above the black, to the left of the black spot. That's what I'm doing here. I'm playing the brown to come down the right hand side. Because the problem with this red on the left hand side here is, you can't get on the black. The other problem is, the distance you are from it, you've got a lot of work to do with the cue ball, hitting it at pace to get it up the table onto a colour. This is why I would have played for the red to the left of the black spot. But this time he's got into the cue ball, and that is right on the money. That's perfect. It's perfect now that he can either stun down for a choice of those two reds behind the pack. Oh, but what he hasn't done here is hit the shot. He's underhit that, and that's why he's annoyed. Because this is where he should have been with the cue ball. He should have been down like there. And he's at least a foot and a half short of where he wanted to be. And you cannot keep potting balls when they start getting tough. So he knows that's an opportunity missed. But again, going back to the previous shot, if he'd done what I said and get down onto that red with the first opportunity I had, he might not have been where he is now. Well, he's stuck to the cushion, got a long red, a long pot, but where's the cue ball ending up? That's the big question. Well, he's come out with a brush off the red. He's going to have the yellow or brown into the middle pocket. And he's got, well, what, 2-3 reds sitting here waiting. So he needs one good pot, and he's in business here. One good pot and one good positional shot on a red. Well, he's bailing out. But now he can drop this red in. He might need to just check the cue ball a wee bit. I don't know. We'll soon find out. But he can drop this in and get the black on its spot, and then the black's in business. Well, he obviously had too much angle. Now, the angle in the pink, obviously not good. I mean, this has come across for this red down the cushion here, the isolated red. That's the one he'll be playing for. And now he's in business. Now he's perfect. You drop the red in, you let the cue ball roll out for the black. And now you're in more familiar territory here. And now he wants the angle on this red, so when he pots the black, he wants to be sort of parallel with the red, with a slight cutback angle where he can just come out up above for the black again. So this shot here's got to be good, just to be nice and comfortable in the red. Well, again he decides to get aggressive. He didn't need to. He had the one red there at the back of the black, and the red above the black there. I don't know that was the right move. You've got to just bide your time. Had he got himself good on the black, better than what he was there, he could have had a much better opportunity to bump those reds. I think he made the wrong move at the wrong time there. But he actually got away with it though. So he did. Now, again, the danger here is obvious. You're playing off the right side of a red, and you've got a wide open space for that red to fall into. Now, did Keith get an edge of that there? My eyes are that bad. No, he didn't. So LS3 can have a go at this as a shot to nothing. But again, the tendency with this red would be to overcut it so you send it to the top cushion. Now she's looking at this in 3D mode. She's got the other red above the blue though. That'll go. Now this is a big shot though. Well, big pot, big screw back in the cue ball, and then another big pot to follow. And this green is far too straight. Is there anything you can get out of this? I think there's enough to run forward, but it's very tight that you're going to run to the jaws of that middle pocket taking the green. And that's not a great safety because it doesn't cause any issue for Keith. He's got a red to play for here. Again, he'll overcut it. He'll make sure he's overcutting it and he can get back to baulk no problem. Oh, he's played the second one for the pot. I thought he's going to play the back one, but he's got a first class cue ball. That's an excellent shot. Well, there's a gap behind the red at the back there on the left hand side to come around the corner and out of there. But that red that LS3 is playing is going to the right. So there's a possibility that either way she's going to leave a pot on. And she has done. So Keith, with a straight in red for a starter, and for once the black is available into both corner pockets. But Keith misses a red. And now the test is on for LS3 because she's got a red there at the back of those three. That if you're working away here, this is a crucial red because that's the one where you can bring these other reds into play. You could end up getting a little bump one way or another. The pink goes, and the pink will go in its spot. So there's a good opportunity here for LS3. And there's also a bailout red in baulk if she gets in trouble. Now that wasn't the shot. See, again, making the wrong move at the wrong time. You know, to do that off a red is crazy. And this is what I keep saying about a snooker brain. That is not the move. Okay, she got the red. Okay, she got lucky because the colours are all in the open there. But there's a big difference there in how you saw Keith construct his break to the way LS3 is going about this, because there was the opportunity at some point in the not too distant future to then make the move to get to those reds behind the pink. But now she is at the table. What can she make of it? Well, again, sort of in between shots, you've got the red into the side pocket. And if you play it and just let the cue ball run out, you're bound to be on a colour somewhere. If you want to play a more controlled shot, you're jacking up to put a bit of dig in the cue ball, but she's just letting it run out. And as long as it runs out far enough like that, you're on a colour. So that first part's been done. So now LS3 has to be thinking about how am I going to take on these remaining reds. So you take the brown and you get on that open red that's to the right or above the pink as we look. That's the one you should be playing for. Because you've got not a lot to do with the cue ball. As long as you've got a nice open shot in the red, you should be fine. And she's playing for the one at the back of the black. And actually has landed 2 straight on it. Now, what was wrong with getting good on that red and rolling it in and rolling through for the black? Because if you're on the black, you've got the angle to pot the black and come up the table for the red at the back of the bunch. And that opens up that red. I see again, getting extremely lucky there. But now it's going to be hard work, because now it has to be a good shot to get on a red off this black. Now you can come across the back end of the pack here and play the red into the middle, but she's played for a bump, and that's the frame winning shot right there. Now she has to follow it up. Pink's gone dead to the rail, and she's not good in a red. That's the problem. She's now got a pressure red to pot. And it goes. And the points are all square, and this table should be ran out. There is not a problem. And you would always fancy to clear the table with this setup. Now you do see a lot of players playing the wrong shots rather than playing for the individual red, and then they're getting away with it. And the problem is they're getting into what I call a bad habit, because they've got away with it, and the reds have opened and that sort of thing there, and it's all turned out nice at the moment for LS3, but it wouldn't have been the way I done it. I think if you take them in the right order, in a more controlled fashion, your odds are far better that you're in a more controlled situation. But this is where, you know, LS3's good at potting the balls, but you're going to run out of potting at some point. You just can't keep potting them all in this table. But now it's going to be a big fail if she can't do it, because she's now got herself into the lead. The break is 37. I think this is her highest contribution of the match. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. And the biggest problem as you get further into the tournament is if your contributions aren't big enough, they're not good enough to survive in a race to 6. This is no good. It's too short. Again, another tough red. Now, again, there's a choice here for LS3. She can play off the right side red, bring it back towards the black, and duck up to the far left corner here and not leave an easy shot on for Keith. But you see, this is what I was talking. I was talking to Keith earlier on about a lot of players having a 9-ball frame of mind where they're desperate to pop balls all the time, you see, and that's a major mistake. Now, if that was me, right, with that red bin there and my cue ball bin there, I'm sending that red to that cushion and I'm bringing that cue ball down into this corner and I'm saying, right, well, if you're going to pot something, have a go at that red there, you know. And again, a 9-baller's mistake, if ever you've seen one. Take my word for it. That's, in fact, Larry would have done that as well, because that's the frame of mind they get themselves into. The red's there, it's tough. It's far too tough to be taken on in the situation that she was in, because she was in a frame-winning situation. If she gets it, she's a hero, but you've got to take the measure of the pros and cons of doing that in the situation with the table. And she had an opportunity for a decent safety, didn't even think about it, went all out for the pot. Now, Keith's got to dig up a pot here because he's not sitting great. And if he doesn't get this, LS3 may well escape. Oh, that's nailed. That's perfect. Well, this is it might turn out to be a fine example of making that wrong choice again for LS3. Because when you come up against an experienced snooker player, they're very unlikely to turn an opportunity like this down. The problem for Keith is that I think he needs everything. What is he? He's still behind. He's 2 behind, so the brown will be 2 in front. He needs everything, and the biggest problem, of course, is the pink to the black. That's going to be the deal sealer for him to get that. So he's going to pot the blue. He's got to go off the top cushion here. He's got to stun this in and try and get closer to this pink. Well, he isn't. I think he had to stun that in harder to get closer to the pink. Well, this is a big shot. What is he? He's he only needs a pink now, doesn't he? I miscounted, my bad. I miscounted there. It's that time of night. Well, LS3, I hope you watch this played back. I do hope you watch, because that is probably the biggest mistake that rotation players make coming to snooker. It's the biggest mistake they all make. Larry's done it for years, you know, that, you know, if they see a red and they're in an awkward position, it's about staying at the table, but running for cover doesn't come into their mind at all. They've got one nerve that goes from their thought process. The one nerve says, there's that ball there, it's awkward, I'm staying at the table, I'm going to go for it. Nothing crosses their mind about running for cover. You can pretty much guarantee it all the time. And the opportunity for the safety was the winning shot, in my opinion, because you've got to decide the advantage and the disadvantage of taking on something that you could pay the price for, and that was a lesson handed out there by Keith. I mean, it's a big swing there. She could have been back within one frame. And now she's in a situation where she's got to win everything to survive on the winner's side. Well, that's gone wrong. Well, while Keith's thinking about his options here, let's have a quick look and see what's happening here. Well, Albinario, the master, has got Coldest Pillow nailed behind the brown, and Albinario with a 2-0 lead. And the one thing you can guarantee is Coldest Pillow's going to get another shot at that. Albinario will be having none of that. And that's the advantage of getting tight behind the brown. This has got to be 2 cushions. Well, he's got the hit. I think the blacks, I don't know that the black's in the game. It might be. We'll soon find out. No, it isn't, obviously. Now you can play that pink and get on the red that's above the black, I think. I think the pink goes. No, Albinario looking at the moment that he's got the match under control. So this is just pot the pink and let the cue ball roll out, and he'll come back up onto the red. Well, he's missed the pot, and Coldest Pillow has a chance. Now, he's a bit straight though, that's the problem. And I think he's finished a bit straight again in the black. He might be able to punch it around. It needs to have legs. Now, does that other red above the red go? Yes, it does. No, it might be too tight. Well, now this is where you've got to be aggressive. I mean, he could go up for the one at the back of the bunch. It goes. He did play the aggressive shot, but it didn't work out. Right, back to the matter in hand here. Not a lot happening at the moment. Let's have another look at Albinario and Coldest Pillow. I'll have a quick drink. Well, the red obviously squeezes past the black. There won't be a lot happening down this end of the table because those 4 reds are all tied up. Now I wonder if Slim, in fact the red doesn't go. I don't think the red does. No, it doesn't go. He's maybe trying to bump it in off the back of the black. I don't think that goes either. No, that's too tight. Oh, that's an excellent shot. That is first class. That is a first class shot. Shot of the night you've just seen there, folks. Shot of the night. Played the bump into the back of the red. Cue ball dies behind the brown. And Coldest Pillow with not a sniff of a shot. Although he'd made a good effort there. And, well, he should be able to adjust that slightly. Oh, has he hit it this time? I don't think he's anywhere near hit it, has he? Oh, it's dead weight. Excellent. I didn't think it had the legs. It's worked out very nice. I think these ads popping up are what's affecting it. You're getting a little flicker. Right, so obviously this frame is still in the balance with the 4 reds tied up. Meanwhile, back to our match. And Keith, I think he can't get to the red. He's trying to tweak it around the black to push the red into the middle pocket here. And that was well done. That was a touchy little shot. Now, first of all, that red between the blue and green goes. It does go. Let's have a look at it from the other side. Yeah, you get a bust through there. So that's the one he's playing for. In fact, he might not take it now because he's not sort of staring down the barrel on it. So, and landed on the blue. So again, you're watching the sort of the infant stage of constructing a break here. Pink's out the game. Black is going to be tied up into one pocket with that red line down to the right of the black spot. So Keith's having a good look round at a couple of options here before he makes his move. Now he's hoping for a nice position. Well, he's on a red, and if he takes that middle red of the 3, he's going to brush off the other red, I'm pretty certain. So he's got to get a lot of top in this to run out. Unless he's trying to stun it, but I think it's too tight. Yeah, he had to get the top on it to run out. And, well, LS3 coming to the table, has a red on, but the cue ball's got to move big time again. And if anything, if she gets on a bulk colour or something here, she has to deal with that red in bulk as well, because sooner or later you want to duck for cover, and having a red in bulk doesn't help the situation. So if this is me, I'm trying to get on a bulk colour and dealing with that red that's there, and I don't know that that's worked out. It couldn't have finished any worse. But you've got the red up top over that top left hand corner pocket, so it's not quite as simple as rolling to the green and coming behind the black, but that would be a target area to try and get to. But you're more than likely going to leave a pot on if you don't get this right. See, the shot is off the green and come behind the black, but you're still going to leave that other red as an option next to the brown for Keith to play a safe off it. But it might be all that the LS3 has. I think it's probably the best opportunity to try and get behind the black. Is you're trying to thin this green in. The green will go, but the cue ball's going all over the place. Yeah, and that's again just sticking your neck out, and look what she's done. You've now got the pink in the open, you've got reds all over the place, and this could be sayonara, hasta la vista. I'll say that right now. And again, LS3 made the wrong move. She had an option there to play off the edge of that green with a touchy shot to get behind the black. Yes, it was a touchy shot. Yes, it might not have worked out, but it may well have been a heck of a lot better than what she did do. Go all out for a dodgy thin cut in the green. And Keith will fancy this job. This is going to seal the deal pretty much. Unless he makes a howler, he's got this match in the bag. Doesn't need to worry about coming down for the red and bulk. Doesn't need to worry about getting the black on its spot. He just needs to stay on the red, and he's almost made a complete hash of that right now, I think. Oh dear. I think he's got enough there. Then again, what do my eyes see? I mean, I don't think he's convinced himself. Well, he's got a thin one. LS3 might be back at the table. And then again, she might not. Well, now he's got a roll in on the yellow. How does the green look? Well, the green looks a lot more comfortable to me. You play the green and you go to the cushion, come out, and you've got the red up on that left-hand side. The brown will go. He might be just opening out for the red and bulk, or I see he's gone too far, so he's going to be taking the red and bulk. Well, this wasn't part of the plan, but that came about with him not getting on that red above the black, the pink. Sorry, I need to have a drink. And now he is going to get the blackness spot, which is even more bad news for LS3, because this is Christmas come early again with this setup. There won't be many balls left in the table when Keith's finished here. I'm telling you that now. Well, let me just... now, bear in mind, those of you that have watched the match, let me just go back to the chat I had with Keith earlier on in the day on Facebook. And this is panning out pretty much how I thought it would be. Excuse me. I said to Keith, and I think this is proved to come right. I said LS3 generally has a 9-ball brain, and that's what I was talking about earlier. You know, going for things she shouldn't be going for. I said, but she shoots good. And I said some good safeties should frustrate her into doing stuff she shouldn't. And, well, essentially she's got herself in positions where she's doing stuff she shouldn't. And that's exactly what's happened. Making the wrong choice of shot at entirely the wrong time. And it's difficult, I'll tell you something, it's difficult for players. I don't think my voice is going to hold out. My vocal cords have dried out. I need another drink, try and get some moisture into them. Well, a break of 56 secures the match. But it is difficult for 9-ball players to get out of that frame of mind. It really is tough. So, well done to Keith. In the end, a comfortable win. But the experienced snooker player won out in the end. Now that this is done, everybody should move over and well, I'm glad this happened now and not earlier. I've got a proper tickle in my throat here. But you should all move over and catch the end of that match on Slim's Twitch. Albinario with a 3-0 lead. In fact, I think Coldest Pillow needs me to come into the stream because I think he needs a jinx. Right. What we'll do is have a quick look. Oh shit, I've got to log in again. And can't remember my bloody password. Right, we have MC Clarkey through to round 5 and Keith. In fact, round 5's it's a bloody hot seat match. So it is between these two guys. You've got Matt from England, Keith from Northern Ireland. That'll be a good match. And I'll tell you something, that's going to be a proper snooker match between those two. And, well, not a lot happening on the one-loss side, or I should say the one-forfeit side, because it's a total shambles. Liddell goes through. Me playing the winner of this match tonight. Liddell's time of the tournament is over, because he ain't going to survive that. And then the winner of that match will play LS3, so LS3's life is on the line there. Right, enough of me, I'm cracking up here. Thanks for watching, guys. Nip over to Slim's Twitch channel. Just go to Twitch, type in One Pocket Slim in the search and you'll find him, but you should already be a subscriber and go and catch the end of that match. In the meantime, I am going to bid you good night because the voice isn't holding out anymore. Well, it's going okay, but it's gone downhill in the last 2 minutes. Well done, Keith. The old snooker brain was far too strong, as I predicted, between you and me. And LS3 did make the wrong moves at the wrong time. You did a couple yourself, by the way. Go and watch the replay. But anyway, it was a good performance from Keith, considering he doesn't bloody play, and he can only get better. So, well done. And good luck in the next round, because I'll tell you something. You're not up against any sort of numpty against Matt. He's meaning business. So you're going to have to get your scoring boots on, get the tactical brain working, and it's going to be a proper snooker match. I'm looking forward to it, so it should be a good one. Right then, folks, it's time for this, and I'll bid you good night.
ATG from Kilmarnock town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And it's a sucker scratch. Look at the lights. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.